If you're thinking of moving to Dubai with kids, in this video, I'm going to explain to you the one thing I wish somebody told me before I moved here 4 years ago with 4 kids. Stick around.
Hey baby, ooh. Whoa.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Jamelia. If you're new here and you don't know anything about me, I moved to Dubai 4 years ago with my entire family to start my business here. So a lot of what I talk about on my channel is starting a business in Dubai. But I also like to give some insight as to what it actually would be like if you were to move here with a family. I think if you've been searching YouTube, you've probably seen that most of the creators, they don't have kids. They don't talk about kids. They don't talk about what it's like to have a family and those expenses. And so I keep it real with you guys. I'm going to share as much as I possibly can about the experience with kids living in Dubai. So the first thing I would love for you guys to do is comment below and let me know when you plan to move to Dubai, and how many kids you're moving here with. It's great for me to kind of get some insights about who's watching this video, and maybe I can give more information to help you. So a bit about me. My kids right now are ages 5 to 18, right? I know. So like I said at the beginning of the video, 4 kids ages 5 to 18, 2 young girls that are ages 5 and 9 as of the recording of this video, and 2 boys that are older, ages 17 and 18. And I actually just finished school drop-off, so I'm in the school parking lot right now as I finish this. And yeah, it's kind of like the normal morning routine. So when I first moved here, probably like you, I didn't have any friends here. I didn't know much about the country, United Arab Emirates. I didn't know much about the Emirate, Dubai, and I just kind of went off of everything that I saw online. But a lot of it was really geared towards things like parties in Dubai, where to eat, where to shop, you know, the best food places, all that stuff. There's really not a lot of information out there about what it's like to raise kids here, which is why I make these videos. So let's get to it. The number one thing that really I wish I knew or I had considered before I moved here is the summers. And I know we talk a lot about what it's like. You see the sun is like, it's giving me this morning warm up here. We talk a lot about the weather in Dubai and what it's really like. But if you have kids, it's a totally different experience. And particularly if you have school age kids like my daughters, ages 5 and 9, because what do kids want to do in the summer? They want to play outside, right? They want to go outdoors. They want to experience the sun. They want to swim. They want to do all this stuff. But the reality is that the temperature in Dubai in July and August, heck, even starting in June, is averaging these years. When I first came here, it was around like 38, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so hot. Last year, we got to like 42, right? And sometimes it's just too hot, right? The problem is that it's too hot in the summers. So what do you do with your kids? And I'll give you some solutions to this problem, but I think the main thing that you need to realize is that if you're coming here with kids, you'll have to find a way to entertain them or just fill their time somehow. And then that's the challenge, right? Because as parents, you still have to work. Your job doesn't stop unless you're in education. Even if you're in education, you may have some things to do. So the reality of life is that you need to occupy your kids with something other than a screen during the summer. So this is what I'm going to give you a few options of what you can do to solve this problem. And at the end of the video, you know, you'll basically be able to decide what's right for you. Number 1, the first thing that people do is they leave. Okay, it seems like the most obvious, but a lot of people visit They either go back home to their home country, assuming it's cooler, and most likely chances it are. If you live in the US, just go back to the US. Obviously, the problem with that is it can be really expensive. If you don't have a home that you've retained back in the US, it can be very expensive to just go back to the US in the summers. Also, the more kids you have, the more expensive it can get. So you can see the problem with that. I mean, people also go to nearby countries. I haven't done this, but a number of my friends go to Georgia, not the state, the country, which is semi-nearby. But then what I'm seeing is that even the summers in Europe are getting hotter. So if you really want to escape the heat, you have to travel pretty far, right? If you want to be outside, you have to travel pretty far. This is going to cost you money, right? So that's the downside. It will cost you money. The second thing that you can do is you can enroll your kids in indoor summer camps. Now, Dubai, first of all, I'll say, Dubai has loads of options of indoor summer camps where you can take your kids to play and socialize with other kids. These camps usually start around 9 a.m. and end around 2 p.m. So that's a good chunk of time for the day. And the prices range anywhere from, like, I'd say 500 or 600 dirhams a week to around the more expensive side is like 1,000 dirhams a week. But that's pretty much the price range. I can put in the comments below some options for you guys, but let me know if you want that information. Maybe I can provide that info if you want it. And you know, is it good? Yeah, it's good, but at the end of the day, once again, it costs money. And so what you have to do is think about, like, how much do I really want to spend during the summer? And I think every parent around the world, but particularly in Dubai, is very budget conscious, right? You send your kids to an expensive private school in the summer, you don't want to be continually spending money on their entertainment. So that was option number 2, is the indoor camps. Option number 3 is that you can enroll your kid in some sort of hobby, right, to continue a skill. Now, this is one that I think we're going to pivot to. We have stayed in Dubai for the summers every single year. And every single year I say I'm not going to do it. And every single year we end up doing it. So I figure at this point, might as well make the most of it and just enroll them in some sort of skill camp like gymnastics, or a music camp, something like that, rather than just a play camp. It's just beneficial for them for so many reasons. They'll meet new friends, but they're also really gaining a valuable skill. And it's, once again, it's just better than sitting indoors the whole time. So those are 3 options for you. I haven't really thought of a 4th option. So that really is the issue. It's about what to do with your kids during the summer. Plan early, save early, make sure you have those dirhams saved up, because as you can see, the summer is relentless. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Where are you checking in from? Are you planning to move to Dubai? How many kids are you bringing? What are their ages? Let me know. I'll try to provide as much information for you guys as I can, but I need to hear from you. Hope you like this video. You can like and subscribe. See you next time.